Hello everybody, this is Ronry as always. I know I look a little weird because I put this on after my shirt. Let me tuck it in. Um, I need to style makeup with this undercap and my brown scarf unless if I have time to ship I don't know what color to call it other than khaki or like deep khaki. So like a neutral colored scarf that isn't patterned because the only one I have is brown and patterned. Anyway, I'm getting ready to go to court, not today, obviously. But tomorrow I make the phone call to set up the hearing. And the hearing, it's about a complicated subject that too long didn't read. I will summarize as, in order to protect my son and myself from falling into further harm's way, I unfortunately have to file, we call it in Virginia a personal protective order. And in movies and media and stuff like that, you might have heard it referred to as a restraining order. It basically says they cannot be within a certain, distance of you because you have evidence that they are dangerous to you in one way or another. My ex did some really despicable things back in April online over state lines. So my ex will be facing prison time, and not only do I have to secure custody before that happens, I also have to inform CPS, DSS, Child Protective Services, and Department of Social Services. They're usually one and the same around here. I need to inform them in the other state of what is going on in case they need to take action because of a personal policy. Like not personal, but like if they have a policy in their department that in the case of spousal abuse after no contact, they might just take my son away from my ex before I even get custody. So securing my son's safety is of the utmost importance in this, and I've honestly put it off far too long because I feared that I wouldn't be believed, but it unfortunately escalated to a point where there is a digital paper trail and felonies involved, documentable felonies involved. So I will cross that bridge when we get to it, but in the meantime, I can work on my makeup for all the hearings. I will be doing clean girl minimal makeup or clean boy makeup because I identify more as a boy than a girl. I have something sentimental and then something new to show you. The sentimental thing is I just wanted the metal container, so I bought the popcorn that they were selling at, I believe, Walmart. And it is themed after a movie that is significant to me. It is promotional merchandise from the first Into the Spider-Verse movie. I bought this container before my son was born with him in mind, and I am now fighting for his safety and his well-being, regardless of how negatively it affects me personally, including risking my life just to make sure he has a safer life than he currently has. So it's full of a bunch of makeup. There's also a flower crown in here. Let me grab my scarf real quick. All right. I have the scarf. My aunt, who is also my godmother, got this for me after I had my traumatic brain injury and they had to cut my favorite scarf off of me. I'm glad that went well on the first try. Hi. I think what's the saddest about this all is that my child is being ripped away from everything he's held to be normal his entire life. He turned 3 years old a couple days ago. They didn't text me a picture this year. I was pretty much not expecting them to. Why would they? I already made it clear that the police have been notified of the situation. It's just sad for my son that he gets caught in the crossfire of all this, not through anything that I've been, in control over, but I still, blame myself for having to be the bad guy, It's like when you go to the doctor with your child and they need a shot. You gotta be the bad guy. You gotta give them the shot. But it sucks. It sucks to give them a shot because you love them so much. And it goes against your instincts. So I try to see it logically. If I am capable of it, I try to look at it without any blame at all towards anybody involved. And I remind myself that if you go through the chain of blame for far enough back, the person you need to hold responsible is no longer alive to be held responsible. And the people alive who have the power to change things are so far removed from the common person's life that you don't know them well enough to truly have an opinion on who they truly are, you know? But anyway, where was I going with this? If it comes back to me, it will come back to me. Oh yeah, I try not to blame anybody if I can avoid it, because the people who are truly responsible for what's going on either are no longer alive or they are billionaires and stuff like that, you know? Or whatever. Oh yeah, I was gonna put this on. I think I have it on, right? I don't even know if there's a correct way to wear this over a hijab. Oh, look at him. He's so majestic. I have a big container full of makeup. And right here is the new thing I was going to show y'all. It is waterproof mascara that I took a quiz to figure out. And it turned out to be the same line as I already wear in blue. It just happens to be waterproof and the correct color for court. And I couldn't be happier with my quiz results. You don't have to tell me twice to stick with a tried and true favorite in a different color, but the same formula, you know? Well, basically the same formula. This one is waterproof. But anyway. What time is it? Not. Excuse me. It is not time yet to use my inhaler again. I was about to say hit my inhaler again. It is not a drug, even though it makes me feel a little bit lightheaded when I hit it. Hit it when I puff it. Administer it. I'm very new to this albuterol thing. I just developed asthma. Either that or my mother betrayed me. This is, are you Bubblegum Bay? You are Bubblegum Bay. And this is Strike a Rose. That wasn't what I was looking for. Here we go. So to start off, we have the MAC Color Excess Gel Pencil Eyeliner in the shade Sick Tat Bro. Yep. It is a gel pencil eyeliner that is safe to put on the waterline. I find it to be a little bit stubborn compared to something like NYX Inky Sticks that I don't think comes in a nice chocolatey shade of brown, like this one. Like this one. Sorry, I held up the wrong item. But yeah, I need a brown eyeliner. Well, I don't need it, but I feel most confident wearing eyeliner, and the appropriate color to wear to court is brown. Some people can get away with black, but don't push it unless it's a culturally significant color to color your eyes for you. Like, if when you were born, your parents put kajal or kohl or whatever your culture calls it on your eyes to ward off the evil eye as well as illness towards the eye, then go ahead and wear it to court. You if you wear it on the day you were born, go for it. But me wearing it to court, they're going to see my whiteness above my religion. especially if they ask me anything about my religious beliefs, because I'm just going to double down on how much I love Jesus if questioned. Why are you Muslim? Because I love Jesus. That's all they need to know, you know? However, I am thinking about if my lawyer thinks, not for the PPO, but, well, maybe. It's not really proving abuse, never mind. To prove a diagnosis or the malingering, I think it's called, of a diagnosis. Basically, she either had dissociative identity disorder or she faked it to manipulate me. And I believe that should come up in court as a testimony to her character in the relationship. That, you know, she has testified about me being in the wrong for accusing her of having any mental health disorder, despite telling me numerous times a laundry list of disorders she had, including bipolar and schizophrenia. And she would rattle it off like she was saying supercalifragilisticexpialidocious or something like that. You know, just in a sing-song voice that told me that she had said it 1,000,000 times before to 1,000,000 people that she had gotten close to, just like she had gotten close to me. And if she was faking it, I bought it and I have footage of it. So, if I can get her to testify that she does not identify as having any mental illnesses, and then I show footage of her showing symptoms of a mental illness, then it will call into question her honesty and her truthfulness and her reliability in the narrative. Because if she's lying about needing a diagnosis to the court, that looks bad. And if she's telling the truth now that we've broken up by saying that she has nothing wrong with her, then she's not a she. And if that is true, like, if you don't have a mental illness, why did you pretend to have one to deceive me? What was the end goal in that? You know? It just seems very bizarre to fake. I don't think she's faking. I think she's faking being better. Exhibit A, the crimes she committed against me online in April, thinking she would get away with it. This is so stubborn. Oh wait, that's right. Let me warm it up first. I don't feel like I'm making any progress. I'm just making my eye water. Is that so? Mm-hmm. Is that so? Are you aware you're an adult? Because I can't really comprehend that something as tiny as you is an adult. You are 5 pounds. Um, I'm also looking forward to filing the protective order because it means any communication going forward has to be through basically through the court. And if that is true, and if she then reaches out and harasses me in any form, or intimidates me in any form, I can report that as directly being in violation of the law, regardless of what she said. Like, any communication with me would be against the law at all. And that gives me a lot of, not immunity, but a safety net of sorts, you know? Here it is. I found the box for the Sick Cat Bro. Oh man, I gotta take out the trash tonight. I forgot about that. But yeah, I found the box to go with the eyeliner finally. So this is 395 carbon black, waterproof, voluminous original, 87% saw buildable volume, up to 9 times more volume, up to 48-hour wear, clump resistant, volume maximizing brush, mascara by L'Oreal Paris. I did not enjoy the last waterproof mascara I tried. It was supposed to be a telescopic mascara that was also waterproof, and that sounded counterintuitive, and boy was it. It was sticky and so hard to get off. Like, beyond anything I've ever experienced. Hi. Okay. I still need to go to the product's website and cash in on the manufacturer warranty, because it's been less than a year since I bought the tripod ring light, and it's already defective, the light itself. Oh no. Oh well. Amazing how such a subtle change can make such a huge difference. It's been so long since I used this eyeliner, I can't tell if it used to be like this, where it's kind of patchy and clumpy at the same time, or if it is somehow expired already. I wish I knew how to apply eyeliner to the upper waterline instead of just the bottom lower line. The bottom waterline. I did the lower lash line here. I did not do it here yet. It's a little messy, but it's there. Oh yeah, that looks great. Wow. Now for another coat. There's a hair. It is a cat hair from that one. I'm trying really hard to remove what I smudged onto my lid without removing product from my lashes. But because it's a waterproof mascara, it's holding up really well. Is this... no. I feel like that's a freckle. It doesn't have to be perfect. This is just practice. I'm gonna take a break and grab my macchiato out of the fridge. Wow, I look even better with the glasses on. The next part is a new skill that should be easy. Q-tips, familiar. Neon palette by Profusion, familiar. But what we're about to do with it today, oh goodness, what's her name? The wonderful lady. The wonderful lady who taught me this trick. What's her name? I'm so glad I have a bunch of dude friends who don't mind me leaving makeup notes in the creator discussion because it helps me so much. And also, one of them has said, you explain makeup in a way that I understand so much about it that I did not understand before. And I was like, oh, thank you. That's such a compliment. Hello! The sound of you whining is making me hormonal. I did not sleep last night. So if I'm a little loony binny, that's why. I am fine, don't worry. But let me find the playlist. Her handle is Genius Girl Alert, and it is very true. She is a genius. you're never going to use, okay, so to do a smoky eye, you're never going to use black because artists don't use black from the tube. We usually mix a blue and a brown or a blue and an orange. It's a lot more flattering for more color seasons. So we've got blue and orange, orange, blue. We have lots to play around with here. We're going to use the back of my hand. And just to have a litmus test of what we're trying to work with, because I don't want to go for a true smoky eye. I want to go for a court siren eye. Not siren, that's not the right word. Polished yet professional. I want to look like I put effort into my appearance to compliment the judge, not myself. So these work good for a soft glam version of the Clean Boy makeup look that I did for Christmas. Revlon Photo Ready Eye Contour Kit 505 Impressionist. However, it is too shiny for court. I was trying to open something I had already opened. So I'm going to take the medium color here, and I'm going to put that down here so I don't get it confused with anything. And then on the other side, I'm going to take this boy that's slightly darker and put it on the other side. And I'm putting these next to the eyeliner, both so that they don't get lost, and also so I can compare the depth of the eyeliner against the shadows. So very neutral. The top one is warmer, the bottom one is cooler. Now, Neon, my friend, my tried and true, my ride and die. Ride and die? Ride or die? What's the difference? Anyway, we are going to grab Seriously and Gnarly. Seriously is blue. Blue. And Gnarly is orange. I keep getting cat hair in my nose. Now we are going to combine them. It's hard to see, but it's there. I am noticing that the darker brown here has a more matte finish than the center brown, which is more shimmery. So I think I can get away with using it for court because it's matte, or at least mostly matte. So we're going to use that color because it is the darkest out of my options. So it's real subtle, but it's there. I'm going to repeat that process on the other eye. Now this part is a little out of the usual for me. I have 20 minutes until that goes off again and I have to take out the trash. I'm just making a real subtle smoky eye. It's subtle, but it's there. I keep saying that. Up next, I don't know why this is so daunting. I have to pick a lip liner. We are going to return to the back of my hand. But first, we have to figure out which gloss, what color of gloss I'm going to be using. There's Bubblegum Bay and there is Strike a Rose. There is Bubblegum Bay. There is Strike a Rose. I have a feeling they're both too pigmented. Yeah, they're too pigmented. Unfortunate. I can pick up a $5 Clearly Spicy to fulfill my need for spice, to help me focus and stay present from dissociating. I don't have that at the moment. I did have a backup plan that we will use for the time being. This is the same brand, NYX. This is the Fat Oil Lip Drip in Mist Call. This one is easier to shear. It's more of a oil than a gloss. And then we have another option. I thought I returned this, but apparently I didn't, and it's far too late to return now. So maybe I was thinking of another color that I returned. And that's a very natural color. Oh, that's so natural. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Okay. That is Peony by Milani. Made in Italy. Marburg, Germany. I don't know what about it, but Marburg, Germany. That is an interesting place if you are into virology and infectious disease control. I think we have settled on a mixture of Peony and Miss Call. Just a little. No, wait. There's so much in here. Huda Budu. No, I can't say it right. Huda Budu. No. I give up. I'm never speaking again. No, I'm kidding. No. Huda Beauty. There we go. Who? God told me my path would not be easy. Huda Beauty. The Huda Budu. Okay, that was out of my system. Huda Beauty. Huda Budu. I'm scaring my dog. I give up. Okay. The Huda Budu is going on top. It is the faux filler in the shade Sugar Baby. So I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna put it over here. Now I'm gonna put Sugar Baby next to it. That is a lovely combo. I think any judge would be proud of me. Liners. That one I keep wanting to not do. Even Cookies is shocked. Sunset Makeup. I have 5 of these. One of them is definitely the wrong color. I believe that's 34. Please don't mess up my swatches right now. I love you. I'm spicy right now. I can't hug you. I mean, I could, but it would be risky. You would get spicy on you. Yeah, 34 is purple. I'm so glad NYX released a purple liner because I am running out of 34. I'm gonna put this with the day-to-day makeup that I wear that is colorful. Okay. 17. That is pretty close there. I don't know, it might be a little bit too dark. Let's put that there. You are 24. What else do I have? Yes. 21, 22, 24. 17, 21, 22, 24. I'm gonna pause and skip to where all the swatches are on the back of my hand and then unpause. Okay, I have 17, 21, 22, and 24. Or, as the finalists, we have 24 versus 17. This is the lip color, this is the lipstick color, this is the gloss color. For now. I'm probably going to get Clearly Spicy, which is a clear gloss that is spicy, and put that over this lipstick. So 17 and 24. I'm going to wager that 17, being the darker one, is more useful with this color of lipstick. Should I? No. Hold on. I don't know. Maybe more subtle. So 24. And if not, we'll learn from this experiment. That's very subtle. Okay, I don't want to waste the very tiny amount of liner. Wait, is this a twist up? It's a twist up. I'm even happier with the brand. So that was 24. Yes. I have 4 minutes until that alarm goes off again. I forgot blush entirely. Okay. Well, I will dismiss the alarm and set a new alarm if necessary. It will be necessary. You know what I mean. Peony by Milani. That is definitely a nude on me. Wow. Wow. I don't want to say my lips but better because is there anything better than my lips? No, I'm kidding. No, but seriously, is there anything better than loving yourself fully and embracing who you are for its natural beauty instead of defining yourself by societal standards inflicted upon you by people who are still attracted to teenage girls? You know? Speaking of teenage girls, she was aggressively... I don't even know what to call it with my phone. Cuddling. She was aggressively cuddling with my phone. That was the clunk you heard. Hoodoo. I promise I'm not trying to say it wrong. Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty. No. Huda Beauty. I need to calm down. Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty. Yay! Yay! I did it. Alright, here goes Sugar Baby. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm not gonna lie, the lip liner looks a little tacky. It's too cool toned. God, I got some nice lips. You see how the maybe not right there? Up here. It's barely visible on camera. I think I might go with the darker lip liner next time. Okay. I guess I will remove my lip combo and start it over. That needs 10 minutes. Blush needs another 10 minutes. Is that it? I believe that's it. I think all the bases are covered. Okay. So let's remove this. Look how orange it looks. I don't like orange on me. Okay. 16, as soon as I set an alarm. 17 looks so much better for this application. You can barely tell I'm wearing it, huh? I'm going to apply a peony lighter than I did before. Wow. Understated yet dignified, which is exactly the vibe we're going for. I love how colorful my hands have gotten. Huda boo. Huda doo 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 doo. Huda boo doo 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 doo. Peanut, I swear I'm fine. Speech pathology is nothing to worry about. You good? Okay, good. What time is it? I need to start writing down when I when I take my albuterol, when I use my inhaler. Okay. Light topping of Sugar Baby. Oh, damn, I look good. Maybe I shouldn't wear any makeup to court. I don't know if my judge will be a man or a woman. I guess I could ask you ahead of time. That looks so good. Why'd you have to fart on me? Huda Beauty, Huda Beauty, Huda Beauty, Huda Beauty, Huda Beauty. I did it. Yes. Okay, we're back ahead of the game. Whatever you want to call it. Blush. Okay, we need to work on blush now. More colors to pick from. I'm pissed and I'm considering asking for a refund. Where did I even put it? Yeah, it's in there. So, not very important, but all over this. It was the Sugar Baby Huda Beauty faux filler that I noticed spilling onto my shirt. Whatever the opposite of foreshadowing is, where it tells you that something has already happened that you're not aware of, that is what happened. I keep missing the trash can. These are blotting papers from Wet n Wild that I got on clearance. This is what I'm more upset about. My Sunset makeup packaging. It looks like it's wiping off so far, so that's good. There's just so many corners to work with. I am upset that something as expensive as Huda Beauty, Huda Beauty, would mess up so easily, spill everywhere. There's more in there. Let me just move everything out of the way. You see what I mean? Good thing I caught it before it got worse. The tube did look a little empty when I looked at it. You know how I was eyeing it? Like, is this, like, still full or not? I am worried it is not. It's a good thing I wasn't planning on using it for court anyway. I would rather have spicy lip plumper than non-spicy lip plumper, especially in an emotional setting. The spicier my lips are, the less likely I am to cry in front of everybody. So, my son, he turned 3 a few days ago. I am so proud of him. I wonder what kinds of things he talks about. I wonder if his favorite movie is still The Minions, which I think is lowbrow and beneath him. When he was with me, he watched That Chemist, like, tier list compilations, and Hamilton by Lin-Miranda Manuel. I'm pretty sure I butchered that. But that guy that wrote all the music for all those Disney musicals and wrote the entirety of Hamilton out of the passion of his heart, unifying marginalized demographics to have patriotism that we could not find before. That means a lot to me. But it has black people in it, so he hasn't been allowed to watch it. Black people and immigrants and people who I don't know. I think that's most of it, is the black people, the immigrant focused narrative, and I feel like all the violence in it, despite not being animated, was of the cartoon level of violence. It doesn't really fall under, like, graphic violence, like in adult fiction. I have successfully... No, I have not. Yellow Submarine. It was my favorite movie when I was his age. I hope he likes it. I hope he gets attached to it like I did. We can bond together over the songs that my mother taught me how to sing when I was his age. It's hard to put into words what I've been feeling about what is coming up, getting custody. Um, I just want him to have a good chance at life. And I just want to do what's best for him. And for the longest time, I thought what was best for him was to give up on being in his life. And now I'm looking at being his sole caretaker. Because goodness knows his grandparents will disown him as soon as I get custody. They will not cooperate with me, that's for sure. Especially after I put their baby boy in prison. So it's not going to be pleasant for me to deal with them. And it's a lot of work. Thankfully, it's within my capabilities. I am very thankful for that, because for a long time I wasn't sure of that. Turns out it takes staying sober longer than 6 months, longer than 9 months, to really see a cognitive benefit from quitting alcohol as opposed to just an emotional benefit from quitting alcohol. God, I look so good. Oh my God. I used to go to school with my eyes like this. Are you kidding me? Woo. Anyway, let's get to blush. We have Wonder, Happy, and Lucky. This is Wonder. This is Happy. And Lucky, which only comes in the full size so far. I'm going to combine Happy, I believe, the center one, with Lucky. Yes, Happy. Well, I need a clean palette. Boy, oh boy. I do not have any makeup remover handy, so this will have to do. Let me smear that off before it gets everywhere. Wow. That's pretty. Look at that. It's pretty. It's like pink to orange ombre. I don't know if that's catching on camera or not. Alright. I feel like 2 small dots for 1 big dot, 3 small dots for 1 big dot is a good ratio. Almost 50-50. See what I mean? I like it a lot. I guess just I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but this looks amazing on me. I don't know why I didn't mix these 2 sooner. I don't even have my glasses on. Oh my god. I look so good. Cat hair. Am I just overthinking it at this point? I think it looks good on camera. Really good on camera. And then I look in the mirror and it just kind of seems off. Like, my eyes have too much shadow around them. Almost. I don't know how to put it into words. So that was happy mixed with lucky, which I will have to remember. Oh no, it broke. I hate when my makeup packaging breaks. Oh, that just full on broke. Okay. What? Where did 20 come from? Has it been there the whole time? That is not. That's too cool toned. I love cool tone, so good to know I have it. But not appropriate for court. That is such a pretty color of blush. I definitely feel like I overlined my bottom lip a little too much, which is easier to do with lip gloss and balm and all that than matte products. So, to fix that, I'm going to take a clean Q-tip. I don't know if I don't know if that's pigment that can be removed or if that is my skin. I think that's it. No need to overcomplicate it, huh? I had to take selfies real quick before I forgot. I think that's it. Let me check my notes. I went into this nervous but excited. Nervous because it was, you know, outside my comfort zone, and excited to have a mental image of how I will appear in court. but I was expecting to feel a loss of autonomy in the restrictions on what colors and finishes and all that I can wear. But seeing the finished product, I look really good. Like, really, really good. And I am proud of my work. And I'm going to show it to my grandmother. My household is so peaceful ever since Mary and Jane left. I need to check my email and see if the lady who is rehoming them for me has given me any updates. Although I'm sure she's busy, so if she hasn't, I don't mind. And I can simply reach out and remind her, because, she's super busy. And she's doing really great work. And I'm biased towards her because she is South Asian. Like, on the phone, I was like, I didn't say it out loud, but I was like, is that a South Asian accent I hear? And then I met her in person, and I'm like, yeah, it was. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that someone who it's hard to put into words. A trailblazer of all that I stand for, whether that be Islam itself or if that be finding an identity after British colonization in South Asia. And to, have your parents or your grandparents or your great grandparents move to America, and for her to live in such a rural and conservative area. Not saying that South Asian people can't be conservative, but in America, when we talk about conservatism, we usually exclude anybody who isn't white. And in this case, in our area, anybody who is not white gets excluded. And I'm glad that she was able to find a foothold in our economy where she can benefit so many kitties. So many kitties. And so many people, by extension, both providing them with cats that they can do a meet and greet with before adopting, see their personality shine, and all that, having loving owners in the past, and like, I left extensive notes on Mary and Jane. I know that people who rehome their cats don't always have such strong feelings about their pet that they're rehoming as I did, but I rehomed them as an act of love, not as a deficit of love. I needed them to be happier, and I could not provide for them what would make them happy, while also providing for my son what would make him healthy. So I had to sacrifice somewhere, and instead of cutting it out of my share of the deal, I just cut it out of the cat's deal and put them in a place where they will find a very loving home, or 2 loving homes. And ever since then, it's been an open door kind of house. There's no more airlock to prevent cat fights, where the pantry had to be cat free in order for you to open either door to the bedroom or out of the pantry towards the living room that we're in here. There's less mess to clean up. I have to change the litter boxes far less frequently. I can pay more attention to them, and I can pay consistent attention to them. That is a huge improvement, is the consistency with which I can pay attention to them. And instead of having to overcome a trauma in one of the rooms that the cats were living in, I just don't use that room for storing cats, because I don't have to keep them separated. They can just go in and out, in and out, in and out. I don't have to check on them, don't have to put food back there. I need to vacuum and dust and all that still to get rid of the allergens from the orange cats. I find it so serendipitous and such a blessing that I am not allergic to either of the 2 cats here, and I'm not allergic to the dog. I would keep them even if I was. So for me not to be allergic to them is an added benefit. With Cookies, it makes sense. He's part ragdoll. They're hypoallergenic. But with the baby, she was literally born in my yard between 2 hurricanes. One from NC and one from Texas. Helene and Milton. I want to show you the outfit I have picked out to wear to court, besides the headscarf. But I don't have the energy to change into it right now. And by the time I get energy to change into new clothes, I will probably have just gotten out of the shower and therefore not have the makeup on anymore, so wouldn't be much of a point. Thank you for watching. I appreciate my audience immensely. I'm scared. I'm scared that after what I do happens, there will no longer be a me, because my ex will become angry. I'm scared that the professionals will underestimate my ex, and my son will come to harm's way because my ex decides that if he can't have our son, then nobody can. He has demonstrated his willingness to cause physical harm to the child, or risk physical harm to the child, in order to hurt me, instead of targeting the child because he thinks it should be directed at the child. He is rather using the child as a pawn in a manipulation tactic to hurt me. I'm so scared for that little boy. First and foremost. My son second. Like, the concept of me being afraid for his safety is divorced from the concept of him being my son. I just want him to be safe. I don't care if it's with me. I'm planning to ask the two women who adopted my daughter, my firstborn, if worst comes to worse, if I'm not here anymore by the time the custody hearing is over, all the custody proceedings are over, or if the custody hearings conclude with me not getting custody or only getting partial custody, I am going to ask them if they would be able to find it in their heart and their wallet to take Gil in to be raised alongside my daughter Charlie. I haven't asked them yet because I've been reaching out to them to offer my condolences since my daughter's big brother passed away of leukemia. He was 14 and my daughter had just turned 4. Mascara is holding up. I need to eat something desperately. I've been eating today, just not full meals, which is better than usual. I don't recommend it. Look how fat I am. It is a result of not eating enough. Not that being fat is wrong. I'm fat because I'm still alive. I need to file the personal protective order. I need to set up the doorbell camera, and I need to set up the security alarm system with the camera that I got with warranty and can pay $99 for a security expert to install. I need to deep clean the fabric of my couch. I need to vacuum that rug. I need to vacuum the bed in the bedroom. I need to figure out where my son will sleep, where I'm going to sleep. I could just put him in that room. Or we could co-sleep by putting his toddler bed in my bedroom and me sleeping in the queen bed. You know? Obviously not bed sharing while I'm asleep. He can fall asleep on me, sure. But if I fall asleep on him, that's homicide. So we don't do that. Where's my mirror? I need to figure out what kind of bedding to use for a 3-year-old. I suppose they're not much different from a 5-year-old, right? Like, as compared to a 10-year-old. I obviously know there's a vast difference between a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old. A 3-year-old is learning how to enunciate. A 5-year-old is learning how to memorize letters and string them into entire words. Bizarre. Anyway, I'm glad we got a cry test in. I really hope you're watching this in a way where I am still alive to make content and not as part of a deep dive into a true crime where I do not survive. If I don't survive, the answers you need to solve what I have left unsolved, they're on Facebook under Azzy Gaddy and probably other accounts as well. And in Google Photos. Some of it organized. With those two sources alone, you can construct enough case to paint a clear picture of what happened to me, enough to exclude my abusers from society, you know? Whether you simply ostracize them and warn everybody in town about them so that they never hurt anybody again, or if you imprison them, or if they take the coward's way out as soon as a warrant is out for them. If something happens to me, something horrific, you have my express permission to share the photos. Clothing or no clothing. I want people to see what this monster is capable of. I don't want people to wonder, well, maybe it was a fair fight. Maybe it was just a dispute that went awry. No. This is a level of Machiavellianism that accidentally took one life, and another life, it's fuzzy. It's the kind of thing where it doesn't matter what her intent was. The impact was that someone passed away, resulting in the death of an unborn child. And in response to that, she assaulted the doctor, physically assaulted the doctor, used violence against the doctor, who was trying to save the life of the infant after the consequences of my abuser's actions resulted in the terminal phase of mental illness. And if I remember correctly, she was only 16. They were both only 16. The fact that he didn't learn a lesson from that and instead went on to try to repeat it. Just the ways in which this weirdo tried to take my life are bizarre in and of themselves. I wonder if my abuser risked the house fires because she wanted to end me or because she wanted danger to arise and then save me from it so I would be forever indebted to her. I think she just wanted my money. And I think she wanted sexual access to our son. And the only way to guarantee getting away with that kind of behavior towards our son is to eliminate the we and make it an I. Get rid of me so that I'm not there to be a safe person. Therefore, our son will have no safe person to turn to. No one to teach him the language to speak up. He might even be taught that what is happening to him is his fault when it's not. But whatever it is that requires me to be gone to happen, it's not to his benefit. All right, I'm going to take a break. I don't know what I'm going to do next, but first I'm going to take a break. I will see y'all. Oh, wait. Actually, I want to take a selfie like this. Excuse me. Okay, I will see y'all in the next one. Love you. Bye.